Spot Ethereum ETF set to begin trading today. The SEC approved ETF applications from 21 shares, Bitwise, BlackRock.
The Ethereum ETFs are live for the first time in history as they trade over $500 million in their crypto fund debut. Actually, breaking news as I record, the Ethereum ETF trading volume just hit over $1 billion, and BlackRock's ETH ETF is already among the top 50 ever ETF debuts on record. And the campaign that BlackRock has just released, educating on Ethereum, abdicating for Ethereum, basically pitching Ethereum to normies, is a huge signal of what's to come.
The reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share.
Now let me share with you this clip. It's outrageous, but just understand that many people are now comparing the Bitcoin ETF's success 6 months ago versus Ethereum today. It's not going to be the same. It was never going to be the same. Bitcoin has a way, way bigger market share, more demand, more people holding it versus the altcoins. And the further down the list you go, the more niche it gets.
Well, let's go look at the Bitcoin ETF. I think, historic thing, probably the best ETF launch in history. One of the interesting stats is that the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF has had more net flows than QQQ year to date. Right, so just massive flows there, over $500 million just yesterday alone. And so I think what a lot of people say is, well, that was the first one. Is the second one going to be as big? And I don't think that's true, right? If you just go and, before I came on, I looked at all the major news sites. People aren't talking about it as much. And so like the media attention, the hype, all that stuff isn't really there. And so it brings you to the question of why are people not talking about it as much? And I think part of the challenge for Ethereum is that the story isn't as clear. It's very clear with Bitcoin, right? It's digital gold. When we start talking about Ethereum, you start talking about a technology platform. There's a lot more competition, et cetera. But if you go and you talk to the people at Bitwise, they're launching ETH W today. Yep. What they would tell you is, well, actually, there's diversification. People on Wall Street love that. And so maybe actually the benefit that Ethereum will have is just people say, well, I don't want to have just one. I want to have a couple of them. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum. Let me do like a 70-30 split, and that'll be good enough for it. And so I think that we really got to see what these flows are going to look like because the story isn't as clear. You're not going to get access to the staking. So the cash flow that people really like about Ethereum isn't available to these kind of ETF holders. And I think that the flows itself are not going to be nearly as big as Bitcoin. And so the question is, how much impact on prices is this really going to have?
Now, understanding the data for both Bitcoin and Ethereum on Altcoin Daily will always bring you the actual data because despite the massive Bitcoin exchange outflows over the last 24 hours, the percentage of total Ethereum supply on exchanges remains lower than that of Bitcoin. There's 11.7% of the total Bitcoin supply on exchanges, yet only 10.7% of ETH supply on exchanges. Both are getting bought up, taken off the market. And despite what you think of the Ethereum ETF, this does send a massive signal to the rest of TradFi that altcoin ETFs are coming.
What I do think is interesting about the Ethereum ETF approval, and probably the thing I've taken away the most, is less about Ethereum and more about the rest of the market. What this signals to me is that all of the altcoins are going to come to Wall Street. It may take a while. There may need to be some regulatory clarity. They may get treated a certain way. But these things are going to come to Wall Street. And so what went from a 0 to 1, is it going to be Bitcoin, is it not, is now going to be a crypto industry. And the reason why that becomes interesting is because people who have this portfolio model or portfolio approach are going to start to apply that to all of crypto.
Now let's talk about specific altcoins with massive news. But here's how hard BlackRock has started to push Ethereum. BlackRock's iShares website is leaning into the Ethereum ETF launch now. We see right on their main page, introducing ETH-A, a new iShares Ethereum Trust ETF. It's bold, it's consumer friendly. They also educate. The case for the iShares Ethereum Trust ETF: number one, you get access to Ethereum. Number two, through the convenience of an easy exchange-traded product. And number three, built by the largest asset manager. So they're making their case. And check out this video BlackRock just dropped for all their investors.
Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap after Bitcoin and has key characteristics that make it distinct. While many see Bitcoin's key appeal in its scarcity, many find Ethereum's appeal in its utility.
This is almost 2 minutes long. Typically, I would only play you a clip, but I think it's so important. This is the pitch BlackRock is making to their traditional investors.
Ethereum is a highly programmable blockchain that provides infrastructure for a diverse range of assets and use cases. You could think of Ethereum as a global platform for applications. This platform enables applications referred to as smart contracts to run without a centralized intermediary. Transactions on Ethereum require a transaction fee to be paid in the network's native token, Ether. Investor interest in Ether has been expanding as more people adopt digital assets. And that's why we're introducing ETH, the iShares Ethereum Trust ETF, which provides investors convenient exposure to Ether. Here are 3 things to know about ETH. The first is access. ETH enables investors to access Ethereum's native token Ether within a traditional brokerage account. The second is convenience. ETH can help remove operational burdens associated with holding Ether directly, as well as potential high trading costs and tax reporting complexities. And finally, integrated technology. ETH is managed by the world's largest asset manager and leverages a multi-year technology integration developed with Coinbase Prime, the world's largest institutional digital asset custodian. Access ETH through your online brokerage or discuss with your financial professional to find out how ETH could fit into your portfolio.
So the Ethereum ETFs were a huge success day one, probably going to settle somewhere between 20 to 25% of what the Bitcoin ETFs did the first day for volumes. Of course, this is an ongoing story. Click subscribe for 1 video per day, keeping you informed about crypto. And many of you know the altcoin Ondo, huge, not huge, but significant ties to BlackRock. Learn more about Ondo here from our video from 9 days ago. But the news today, USDY, which is a stablecoin from the Ondo platform. So Ondo is now integrated with Injective, bringing stable, high-quality yield to Injective dApps, including decentralized exchanges and money market platforms, and how this affects you if you hold Injective. This brings an innovative tokenized treasury instrument, Ondo's stablecoin, USDY, into the Injective ecosystem, while also enabling new institutional and RWA use cases for Injective. Also, AIT protocol has a major product update, and just a reminder on what AIT protocol is. It's an AI altcoin platform providing AI data annotation, which is very needed.
So it's easy for tech giants like Amazon or Meta to get all that data because they have all your data, right? However, it's harder for smaller players, especially with smaller budgets, to get this data. This is where the AIT protocol comes in. It makes it easier for AI developers to train their models by providing a much more cost-effective way of processing and analyzing big data.
And the news today, exploring Albert AIT, which is like ChatGPT on steroids, our team has switched to using Albert for all our AI needs. Here's why you should too. You can solve very complex math and logical questions. Here's an example right here. So this is, again, ChatGPT on steroids. So if you're bullish on AI altcoins, or if you hold AIT, you'll love this. An Ethereum L2 focused on privacy, COTI, making news. COTI will take part in the Central Bank of Israel's CBDC project alongside giants like PayPal and Fireblocks. This is a major milestone for COTI as it positions itself as a leader in the CBDC market. So cool to see the adoption, the testing. Bank of Israel checking it out. And as the only blockchain network selected to take part, COTI's privacy-focused L2 blockchain offers advanced features to hold and securely transact with CBDCs. I'll be talking to you right now on the Roundtable app, link down below. We'll be discussing the best Bitcoin ecosystem coins to buy and hold in 2025. And my talk for the Bitcoin conference is actually this Friday. Both myself and my brother, different time slots, are speaking this Friday. So if you'll be in Nashville, come support. Let's hang out. Hope to see you there.